Welcome back to Mets Nets Jets D podcast, coming to you June 24th, 2020 on a Wednesday. We're getting prepared for the UFC fight night against Poirier versus Hooker coming this Saturday on the 27th. This is a crazy loaded card, especially for a fight night. It's not a pay-per-view. So that should be the next one, the pay-per-view. But this card looks great. We have 11 bouts. We had 12 last week. So that's about normal. Now we have 11. So one fight was off. For this video, I'm going to start with the prelims. Tomorrow, I'm going to hit you with the main card. In the prelims, we are looking at 6 bouts. And I'm going to give you my plays on each. But before we start there, please look at the bottom. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the video. Please follow the channel, MetsNetSD. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at that same title. And then we're going to get into it. First, we have a women's bout. Atomweight against strawweight. But Jinyu Frey is going to be fighting at strawweight. She's going to be moving up in weight from 105. This was a former Invicta champion. And she's coming in her UFC debut against Kay Hansen. For Jinyu Frey, skilled stand-up, like I said, former Invicta champion, a lot of power in her strikes, doesn't have ground game from what I've seen. And that's the question mark that I have, because her opponent, on the other hand, Hansen, fought in Invicta as well, which is an affiliate of the UFC. Strong grappler, good jiu-jitsu. And I think she has the advantage in this matchup. As you can see, Jinyu Frey, veteran, but she started at an older age. She's 35 and only has 13 bouts, compared to 20-year-old Kay Hansen. She already has 9. So at 35, she probably started very late in her game, and she doesn't have much time to really prove a point or anything. And then you don't have any ground game. You're just pretty much a kickboxing striker. Like I said, Kay Hansen has the age advantage. Reach and height is about the same. There's not much really of a difference there. But like I was saying, Kay Hansen in the video right here, this is some footage from her in Invicta. Very good grappler, good in the clinch. She's relentless. She's going for those legs. And she wants to put you on the ground at all costs. So that little striking stuff that Jinyu Frey does, as you see the little sweep right there, and she takes down her opponent, that's not going to fly. And this is a good situation here where both of these women are coming into their first UFC fight. If it was Kay Hansen as the rookie and Jinyu Frey as the UFC veteran, it would have been a little bit different. Now both of them are rookies coming up on the big stage. Someone's got to win. And I like the fact that Kay Hansen has the grappling that can really change the outlook of this fight, especially in the small cage that they're fighting in the UFC Apex in Las Vegas. Give me Kay Hansen in this first bout. Next game. I'm so used to doing basketball. Next fight is going to be Jordan Griffin, featherweight, against Youssef Zalal. Jordan Griffin's been skipping card to card because his fighters, the person he's going to fight, has been backing out Minner, who he already beat. But he finally has this opportunity to fight in a card in a prelim against Youssef Zalal. Very, very good fighter. Very cocky, confident fighter. He has a 75-inch length for his reach. So that's an advantage. He's younger at 23. They're the same height. And the reach is about the same. That's fine. Like I said, Zalal, very cocky, very confident. He likes to move around. He likes to stick and move. He'll throw a jab, move, he'll circle. He'll throw a kick, move, circle. He won't stay in one spot. Now he'll throw a knee right there. Now that's the bigger cage. That's the regular, normal size cage. And this one, you're going to be in front of your guy. with the smaller cage. It's a factor, especially with Jordan Griffin, who is a grappler. I think he can get to Youssef Zalal's weakness, which is in the ground game. Jordan Griffin's such a better wrestler than Youssef Zalal. More seasoned, as you can see, 18-7 compared to 8-2. There's like 15 plus more fights, more experience that Jordan Griffin has, and already has more UFC fights than Zalal, who's only had one, which I showed you in that video. But Lingo is just a boxer. If you watch that fight, he's just standing there. He adds nothing else to the game. He's just gonna sit there and throw lefts and rights and hooks and uppercuts, and that's about it. And then it made Zalal look like some creative beast when it was just Lingo not really doing it much. So in this fight, it's slowly moving to Zalal going to the favorite already right here. It's near even. But the money's coming in on Zalal. I'm going with the more experienced guy, especially if Jordan Griffin's coming in at plus money. That's no risk at all. Give me Jordan Griffin in the second bout. Next fight, we have Takashi Sato out of Japan against Ramiz Baharmaj. I said it right. I think I did. Welterweight, 170. Takashi Sato. Let's see. Let's go into the measurables before I go even deeper. 30 years old, Sato. The weight's going to be the same. It doesn't matter. Height's the same, and the reach the same. So there's not really much an advantage either way there. Sato is a veteran, good stand-up, good finisher. The question mark is his takedown defense. And going from Ramiz Baharmaj, hasn't fought in a year, which could mean he's been training. It does. You like your fighter to have consistency in their bouts. Like, oh, okay, every 3 months, because they got to do weight cuts. They got to be prepared, hit their peak. He hasn't fought in a year. He's a good wrestler, and all his wins have came by submission. But he is experienced. I haven't seen him go in the third round, which is another question mark. But the grappling you see here, when you watch all his fights, they end in like 10 seconds. He kicked the dude, brought him down, and took his back for a rear naked chokehold. This fight's going to end in about like 10 seconds. But that's like 4 of his fights. So either, obviously, the competition in the league he's fighting in, because this is his first time in the UFC, is a little bit lower. But I think I like grapplers. I like grapplers in the small cage, and especially if you don't have takedown defense. I get Takashi Sato is a veteran. There's an 8-fight difference right here, and Sato has fought some good guys. Bilal Muhammad was his last loss, but in that fight, it was pretty much Bilal Muhammad controlling. He did whatever he wanted. He mixed up boxing. He mixed up kickboxing. He threw in takedowns. And then finished him off with submission in the third round. So in this one, I want the underdog. Give me Ramiz Baharmaj. I think this is not the Max Rukov situation from last week. I think he can actually finish his submission and get to Sato, who has trouble with takedown defense. Next fight on the card, we got Tanner Boser against Felipe Lins. Tanner Boser, Canadian. This is a heavyweight fight, 265. These some big boys. Tanner Boser is just like a fat, fluff ball of nothing with a mullet. And I don't understand how he's 17-6-1, because he just sits there and lets you come to him and then he'll counter. But I'm more on the Felipe Lin side of this. I understand he had a rough outing against Andre Arlovski in his first fight in the UFC, but Arlovski is a legend. And Felipe Lins just came off the PFL championship for winning $1 million. So he came to this fight probably starstruck. This is his second opportunity in the UFC, so I think he'll take advantage of this. Tanner Boser just came off a loss against Cyril Gane, who's a freaking monster. Here's some a clip of Felipe Lins because I get it. Boser has good leg kicks. That's pretty much it. But I like the knockout power of Lins, where he was really out of this fight, but this power that he has right there to beat Nicholson right there, just savage, was huge, and I think that's telling. I'm leaning more to Felipe Lins to Tanner Boser. A lot of people are on Tanner Boser, but I don't see it. I really don't. Like, what do you? He does nothing. He does nothing. We're on to the next fight. All right, go. I'm going with Lins. Next fight is Mara Romero Barella going up against Miranda the Maverick. She could have chose a different name, but whatever. Miranda, yeah, Fear the Maverick. You could Um, going to this fight, Barella is struggling bad. She's lost 4 of her last 5 fights. It says canceled. I'm gonna double check that, but we're just gonna keep going on with this just in case. She is a huge underdog. She has more experience. She's 34 years old. She is taller and has more reach than the Maverick and Miranda. And Miranda is 22 years old, very young, but a huge favorite. And the reason why she's a favorite, because this is another woman that is relentless with the grappling, and you have a matchup where Barella just lost 4 of the last 5 fights, lost to Courtney Casey from a rear naked chokehold like you see right there, and you probably see the same outcome with the Maverick doing the same thing to her. I don't know if Barella's, caught on to it or I don't know. But I'm picking the Maverick. It says it's canceled, so we're probably not even gonna have to deal with this anyway. So that's good. Just because you have a UFC rookie right here in the Maverick, and she's minus 315. That's a lot of trust for anyone. For any rookie in her first fight to be that high of a favorite, that's a little bit questionable. I don't know why she withdrew, but we'll find out later. So we're gonna move on to the next and last fight of the prelims. That's going to be Luis Pena against Kamal Worthy. Luis Pena is like, they call him the violent Bob Ross, as you can see in this picture. He kind of looks like him, light skinned, but not white, but light skinned, and then this orange weird hair. He's good. He is good. Kamal Worthy, on the other hand, he's been on a 6-fight winning streak after moving up in weight class to lightweight. So I think he might have finally found his weight. He fought Devontae Smith in his first UFC bout, caught him in the first minute of the fight, and this was his training partner as well. And Devontae Smith was a huge minus 1,000 favorite. Like, they thought Worthy had no chance. He came out of nowhere and knocked him out in the first minute. He's a very wild fighter. He brings the fight to you. He initiates contact. He moves forward. He has knockout power, but he's not controlled. Luis Pena, on the other hand, is very skilled in stand-up, showing great boxing skills. Can surprise you with explosive knees from that stance. He knocked out a dude from the boxing stance and just, lifted his knee up. Just jumped in one fluid motion and caught his chin. It was ridiculous. Pena has the power, has the ability, as you can see right here, has kicks. Oh, man. Sick kick right there. Long, lanky, uses his knees, uses his length. I like him. I like him a lot. I do. He's going to be different. He's going to score well with the judges because he just does everything different. He can take you down as well. As you can see, Daniel Cormier down there is teaching him. He's got takedown skills. He's got grappling skills. The whole thing. He just loses his head sometimes. I think he can put it all together. This is definitely a fight he can win against Kamal Worthy, who's a little more erratic. All right? So that is the prelim card for Saturday's Poirier versus Dan Hooker. I got Hansen. I got Griffin. I got Ramiz. Give me Felipe Lins. The Miranda fight has been canceled supposedly. And then give me Luis Pena to beat Kamaru Worthy. Those are my picks for the prelims. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel at MessageSD on Twitter and on Instagram. On Friday, on Friday I'll probably do another little message on Instagram. I posted of all my picks because I might change my mind on some things, and the weigh-in is really huge. If a guy comes in underweight or overweight, then that's a telling sign that they weren't prepared. They're probably tired. That's what usually happens. These fighters come to the weigh-in gassed out, like looking sickly because they've been weight cutting for the last 24 hours, and they just feel drained and weak. And usually, people that miss their weight lose. Last week was Frank Camacho. He missed his weight. He lost. Courtney Casey missed his weight. She lost. It's a telling sign. But thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow with the main card fights. So thank you guys and peace out.